All right. Good evening, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. So I want to make sure you guys can hear me. I want to make sure you guys can see my screen, all right? If you guys can hear me, just do me a favor and type a 111 in the chat. 111 in the chat. Today I'm excited. I'm excited for today's call. Hopefully everybody had an amazing holidays. We got New Year's coming around. So best believe it's time to take off and make this a new year, right? So let's begin. All right. So like this session says, today we're going to be talking about Forex. We're going to be talking about some key basic things you should know about this market. We're going to be talking about the pullback pips indicator and definitely the Enigma trading system, right? What I want to do is I want to make sure that everybody's set up so we can set up a nice foundation, right? So the first thing I want everybody to do is I want you guys to make sure that you have tradingview.com. Create your account, right? And inside there, everybody should already have access to your Enigma system, your pullback pips indicator, right? So you'll already see these amazing setups kicking in, right? So these are going to be elements that are just going to help elevate us as we're tapping into the market, because best believe this system itself, is literally 75% accurate. When you're trading 3 to 1, that's a powerful tool to see consistency and profitability. The thing you need to be is connected so you can take those setups, right? So I want to make sure that everybody has access to those two things, because it's going to definitely help your trading be so much more easier and mechanical and systematic, so you're not overcomplicating the simple things. Now, aside from this, what I want to also do is I want to jump into my FX book real quick, because a lot of people, I don't usually go too deep, because you already know we have our technicals and then we have our fundamentals. So when we're looking at the fundamentals, this is what's happening, hey, socially, politically, economically in a specific country, right? Because we're trading currencies, right? So you want to be able to go to your economic calendar and know what's happening throughout the week. The great thing is with sources like my FX book, Forex Factory, there's so many out there. You're able to see the type of impact it's going to have, and it's going to allow you to identify the currency pair, right? So as you go throughout the week, we have some high impact on Euro, medium impact on the USD, right? This helps us identify when there's going to be a sporadic moment in the market, because clearly we already know if we're trading the right times, the right pairs, whenever there's a news event, that's definitely a lot of what? Volatility. Stay away, but still be aware of what's happening. So at Forex Factory, this is definitely going to be one source for you guys to tap into, right? Definitely make it a habit where you're asking yourself, you're seeing, because as you go month to month, you already know there's going to be news events that happen, right? Got NFP, right? Got FOMC, right? You got crude oil, right? So these are all key things to be aware of. Today, what I want to do is I want to jump more into the markets, right? Because now that you have these tools, what should be some things that go through your mind? And the thing I would highly suggest everyone do is set up a system that works for you, right? Everybody should be, I know, everybody has a different lifestyle, work, responsibilities. So at first, as you're gaining this skill set, as you're learning, I want you to identify an opportunity that works for you. And I say that because best believe you'll be able to trade 24 hours if you really want to. It's crazy. But there's always different pairs. There's always different opportunities, right? So this is an amazing chart that's really going to help simplify it, right? So for example, me, when I was working to 5, I would wake up a few hours earlier and trade London session. You'd always catch me trading my GBPs, all right? There was a time when I said, you know what, I'm coming home from work. I'm going to come in and start trading 8, 9, 10 p.m., right? So I was trading my AUDs, my JPYs, my NZDs, These are opportunities for you to identify which first currency and then the pair. Now, what you're going to notice is when you're looking at a currency pair, a currency pair has two things, right? You got your Euro GBP, you're comparing the Euro to GBP. So you always got your base and your quote. So check this out. There's some very basic correlation stuff that's gonna make sure that you're on point. So when you're looking at this, let's look at this example. We got the NZD. You see how the NZD is in two different directions, two different spots? You're gonna notice when you're comparing those two charts, they're gonna be moving in different directions when you're looking at the NZD. Right? This is powerful because when you're doing the same thing, let's say with your US dollar, pairs that have that US dollar are going to move opposite to pairs that have it at the back. All right, so let's just say you got USD Swiss. That would move opposite to Euro USD. All right? Just some key things. Now, another thing I want to be able to do is you got to understand, now that we identify which pair, which currencies we're trading, let's just grab, we could look at anything today. Let's start off with GBP. You already know what time is our GBP? 2 a.m. So look, literally, if you're systematic to the approach, there's 2 a.m. Boom, boom. Little choppy day. Systematic to the approach. Let me show. This is what happens. We can do this with any pair. But look, when you're systematic to the approach, where's 2 a.m.? And you're trading the right time, you're going to catch the best opportunities, right? You'll see some of them might be a little slower, but you'll have your runs. Boom, you'll have your runs. Bang, right? And you have those opportunities to maximize trading at the right time with the right pair. So I want to make sure you guys have this. Definitely take a quick screenshot if you don't, because this is what's going to save your time. And then, of course, there's one time I don't want you guys to trade, and that's, you know, at the close of New York session, 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., right? And the reason being is because your New York session, the liquidity is going to start slowing down. The banks, the institutions, they're going to start closing down, right? And what that means is it raises the opportunity for volatility, spread spikes, opportunities to take away. So if you're already out of the market by then or already prepping after this opportunity, it allows you to set up, all right? Just some quick keys. Now, what I want to do is I want to jump into just some very basic things. When you're looking at a chart, let's just continue bouncing off of this. This Euro GBP. When we're looking at our charts, you always got to ask yourself what type of trend there is in the market, right? You see we're on the 30-minute time frame. You always got to ask yourself, what trend are we in? Because you know that the market goes up, down, and sideways. So if we're going up, this is what you're going to see happen. You're going to see that the market has already created the lowest point. And as it's going higher, these lower points are what? Gradually going up. And these higher points are doing the same thing. This is an uptrend, right? Very basic stuff. Right? Yeah, let's see. Let's look at this market real quick. You always want to be able to ask yourself, where's the lowest point? Because once you start to see the market breaking higher, you see what it did? It broke higher than these points, pulls back. Did it ever go lower? No. This is amazing because now that it's breaking higher, it allows you the opportunity to understand this is now potential for what? An uptrend. Boom. Opportunities now for what? An uptrend where you're looking for the market to what? Pull back and then you take it higher. Where can it pull back to? Right? Just some very basic stuff. Maybe areas that this was not as good, but you already know where areas are rejecting, and it breaks through. Now it serves as support. What was actually some nice keys about this is as the market was pushing it up, look at these potential levels where the market could pull back to. When you want to buy the market, you want to buy it at the lowest point. Forget about trying to buy it at the highest point because that's when we what? Get out of the market. That's why it pulls back. And we still know it's an uptrend, so it decided to continue. Did it ever break higher than this? No. But at least you could have gotten some sauce in there, right? So as this market is progressing, we have an uptrend, then we have a downtrend. Same thing. What happens in the downtrend? The first thing you're always going to realize is the market has to reject off of somewhere. And once it rejects and it officially decides it's not going to go higher, it allows us now to identify what is this market doing. Boom. Right? You're going to notice now, this is allowing us the opportunity to now catch those pullbacks. Look what happened. It went lower. Catch the pullback. Look what happened. It went lower. Catch the pullback. Right? And when I mean catch the pullback, those are always areas. Those are always areas that in the past were once supportive. And then once it breaks through, it turns to rejection. Right? Right? Just some basic stuff. As this market is pushing down through, your question is, hey, where can I catch that pullback? Forget about it creating the new low. You always got to ask yourself, where can I catch the pullback? Because now it's going to, if it wants to continue trending to the downside, you're taking it lower. You're always asking, where can I catch that pullback to take it lower? Pullback to take it lower. Pullback to take it lower. Good stuff, right? So we have an uptrend, we have a downtrend, and of course we got times like now, a consolidated, ugly, choppy market, right? One point is going up, the next point it breaks a low, it's just choppy. Stay away, right? There's gonna come a time when it decides, does it want to break to the downside and come into the low, or is this just the opportunity for it to still be choppy and decide what it wants to do? Me personally, I'd stay away. It's a different story once it breaks lower, and then we could take the runs into that next low. But until then, I'd wait, right? So let's grab a few charts. We can grab our GBP USD. Looking at it right now, based off of just what we just talked about, what is the trend? You could have already identified the opportunities we could have caught pushing this market to the upside. Every time it went higher, you see these low points? We had the lowest point. It's casually going what? Higher. So now these are the opportunities where we gotta not enter at the high point, but pull back to take it higher, right? So for example, this pair right here, this is GU. I'm interested because we already know what this is. This is consolidation, sideways, choppy, but it's pretty interesting. And what I mean by that is this whole price was what? Once rejection. And this might be something I'll be looking for to play into possibly for this session. Nothing too crazy. But let's just see if it makes sense. If we see that all of this was what? Rejecting. Right now, looking at this market, what do we have? A lot of consolidation. We had some sellers who wanted to come in, and now we got this level right here. As this market went up, we got some people who have their price Their stops right at these lows. Boop, boop, boop. Consolidation right here. So what do I think? Based off of what we saw, we are in a bullish market. I like the opportunity where if we can come in, sweep these lows, I still think we could take highs. But if you're noticing, when I'm coming in to catch the entry, I'm coming in at the low, right? Because then I could take it into the high. Does this make sense in a R to R? If we could keep it the risk minimal, I do think it could give us a nice little pullback because it's just chop it. But I like this based off of we had a lot of rejection now, where if it does want to come back into this area, it wouldn't serve as that rejection. It would possibly be that support, which would take us into that new high, right? Make the trade make sense. Keep your R to R minimal, and that would be the setup I like, you know? If that happens, I got to see how the GBPs are moving. I got to see how the USDs are moving. But just on some basic, when you're looking at the chart, what's the first thing you always got to ask yourself? What's the trend? Trend is always our friend, right? Like, for example, looking at something like this, we're pretty late to the party. Boom, 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 it goes up. And now that it's creating these highs, you always got to catch those pullbacks to take it higher, right? That was smooth. So right now, I saw that we had a lot of rejection here. And that area, very supportive now, right? So that's why when I'm looking at this AU, I still got to say, okay, we do got some supportive areas here. And if you're noticing, these lows are still casually going higher. I'd have to come in to take that high. Right now, a lot of these pairs are really choppy, but if we can get, let's just say something like this, boom. I'm going to take the high, boom. Keep the stop minimal. The R to R is going to be better, right? So I'll just be a little patient with some of these setups. But what's everybody looking at? What is up? What's everybody looking at in terms of currency pairs? See now, if GU does that move to the upside, that would give me the opportunity to catch EG to at least push into this low right here, right? For now, what's good about this pair is we got this high point, and we got this area right here that we're gonna have to break through. I'm gonna pull back one more time before the drop. We gotta see, but if it breaks through these levels, that's just gonna be something simple like this, which we can catch. Something like that. Pullbacks is bearish, so I like the sells. If you notice, we're going to be breaking those structure levels, and the targets are always the next level of structure, right? So I like the same. I'm looking at these levels right here, but we would take it up into this level of structure. Boom. Let's see. Is it on the 1 hour? Yeah, there we go. Please make sure that it's on the 1 hour. Your pullback pips. So since we're bullish, we only got to look at the bullish opportunity. Right? Same with E, same with this AU. If we can pull back, that'll be great. If we can pull back, that'll be great. All right. So let's look at some other charts. Let me bring up Euro AUD. If there's anything that you guys are looking at, definitely feel free to drop it in the chat. All right. So let's identify, okay, simple things. Always go to your 30-minute and ask yourself, what trend are we in, right? If you notice, as this market was going down, did it ever break higher than these points? No, no, no. And now it's casually going lower, right? You see what I'm saying? Always look for that lightning bulb so you can catch the pullback, right? And take this market low. Catch the pullback and take it low, right? Catch the pullback, take it low. Now it was crazy because this most recent pullback was very smooth. If you notice, all of this was what? Supportive, supportive, supportive. So when the market came back to it, that would have been your entry, optimal entry, take it low, boom. Right, so we got to be a little patient to see what's up with this EA. That would have been a great move, probably already 100 plus pips off of that. 130, yeah, smooth. But I think we could push into some lows. Now, the only thing I want this bad boy to do is, where can I catch the best pullback? Right? If you notice, this area was tested, but can it come back? Can it come back somewhere where I could push it into these lows? That would be my best entry. I'd have to see a little bit more. UCAD. All right, all right, all right. See, UCAD isn't bad either. Look, we already know that we got a lot of momentum. Boom, first thing. Already starting to see that momentum, and as it's going lower, this allows us to catch that boom drop. Now, we didn't expect it to go so overextended, but you're still noticing we do have a lot of bearish push. These high points are still casually going down. So if anything, we got to ask ourselves, where's that pullback opportunity, if it's there, right, to take this market low into those levels. I don't know if we can get a smoother pullback. That's only 20 pips, right? That's not too bad. Push this market down into these levels. Keep that R to R minimal. I like it. You know, I'd look at a play like that. And gold is definitely bullish. Right. Now, as a market, is that you always got to ask yourself, where can you push this market to, right? Because if we know that it's bullish and it has these highs to take, the next opportunity that we'd look for is, you see all these broken, all of these were trap, right? This is the opportunity now that we're looking for the market. Hey, broke that high. Now we catch the pullback if we can see it, because easily we could push into this high, right? So, you know, maybe if we can get this market to pull and stay, I'll push it up into those highs. Something like this. Boom. And if it pulls back even more, this allows us a better entry at the 618. Ooh, I'm gonna keep that in mind. I like it. I like it. That's gold, right? And the reason I like this move as well is because if you look at gold, let's just be a little patient about it. I always like to inspect it and see what's happening, right? Like, for example, as this market was going up, you have people who decide, these lows are where we're placing our stops. So it's just such an occasion that this bad boy decides to take all of those lows before it decides to give us some momentum and start going up, right? this move right here was interesting to me, seeing, okay, we're gonna go up, we're gonna push all these lows, and then casually take the new high. Boom. Right? As it did right now. Boom, just casually. So we just need, like for example, I'm trying to see where we can catch that pullback. If it wants to be a little bit, it's only 65 pips, show us more love. That would be great because I see these wicks right here. Boom. I don't need it to come down into 1800. If we could just see, 1805, we could take it to 1815 from there and then see another pullback if it wants to come a little bit more aggressive, right? The R to R makes sense. That's why I like it. We can grab, let me make sure that we're on the 1 hour, the 1 and the 2 hour bullish. So best believe, I like it for the bullish setup. I like that. I like it a lot. Let's see, what else? What else is everybody looking at? We got GN. We got cool. Can we get on a call Monday, Tuesday? Shoot me a message for sure. You can definitely get on the call. I don't see the name, but shoot me a message after this and we can set something up. So let's look at GN and silver. GBP, NZD, and silver. Let's see, like silver's smooth. It's already creating those pushes to the upside, but it's like it's already broke all of this. I wouldn't mind it just coming down and then just pushing right back up. But I don't trade silver as often, so I'm not sure how the points and the pips are on silver per se. But we could see some bullish push off of that. Sheesh. Yeah, look at GN. Oh my goodness. GN is chop it ugly. Like this is just not good. But we know we're bullish, so that's the only good thing I like about it. Now, if we look at this setup, let's just, sheesh. Like this would be a pair that if I could get in, it would just have to be so strategic. All right, so let's see what we got here. Let's just dissect it. All right, GN had a crazy push up. We had this high level that it decides to reach. So this is the new high right there. Boom. These low points are just casually going up. Right? So as we come into this market, we know, okay, we can come into these levels, boom, then see some type of reaction. But if we were to come in, it's 707. I need to pull back. Then I'll take it up into these levels. Boom. Actually, I do like that. That's not bad at all. I don't want it to come all the way down to this low. That's too much of a risk. Right, I would be very patient with GN. But yeah, keep an eye on this wick right here. Yeah, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. That's the only thing with GN. We got to see if that's a GBP push because the NZD might have something else in store. But I just like it because we'll push into some new highs. I think the GBP can easily do that. Yeah, it's already trying to get some sauce. EG is going to be going down. Yeah. So that'll be pretty much it. That'll be pretty much it for today. I want everybody to do something. When you're trading into your and looking at your charts, I want you to start identifying the trend a little bit more, right? That lightning bolt. Because what it helps you identify is, and this is something like when you're looking at these charts and you're starting to see that lightning bolt, what it's really helping you do is psychologically identify that the market's not breaking above these points. So as it's going lower, pulling back, going lower, you already know, okay, I'm looking for my sells. Opportunities where now, if you can catch pullbacks like this, which are lethal, boom, everything else is just a ball, right? Where you'll be able to catch pullbacks and entries right there, right there, right there, right? And that's where it's like with right now with EA, I easily can see it wanting to come in, take these lows. It's, of course, it makes sense. But right now, I wouldn't want to get in because it's like if you get in right now, you still got to assess all that risk for it to come back. You know, the R to R makes no sense. So right now, I want you guys to start at least doing that step, right? Because once you can do it on that 30-minute, on the 1 hour, and you're starting to see that these high points are gradually going down, ooh, that helps me identify. I'm looking for sells. I'm looking for opportunities where these supported areas now could serve as some type of rejection, and boom, take it down. To boom, take it down, right? Right now for today, I'd probably see. It would probably be nice if we can get a nice little pullback on gold. That would be my play of the day. Like just looking at it, and this is just something. We got this level right here. This wick is so nice. Not only that, but that candle just created so much momentum, right? So if I can hold it above this zone, right? We talked about what I think it was like 1805. Where are you at? Right? If we could easily come in and say, you know what, let me do a little sweep, then we can come in and take it into those highs, keeping the R to R minimal. So up into these highs, yeah. Easy 100 pip move to 1815 if we can get it. All right, so that would be my play that I do like. I'll probably try to catch some of these sellers, but we know the deal, right? We know the deal, yo. Everything else is it's pretty relaxed, right? We might get some, as you can see, like AU starting to create that momentum, but we want the pullback. If we can't get that best entry pullback, where's that next entry that we could still get in and make it make sense, right? If you notice, we have this low point that was all supported, right? This right here is the next low we have. So we want the market to stay above these points to continue that momentum to go up into this level, right? And if the R to R makes sense, right? Then that's the opportunity you can get that you're looking out for. So like with EA, I like if we can get some better pullback. Right? And that's where it has to be a little extreme, but because it's been choppy, then we could do better. If not, don't take the trade. It makes no sense. Let's see what else. Everything else is pretty relaxed. Ooh, EG might be a good one. Aside from that, let's see. If we can get EG, we can get that. See, this one's not bad. If we can get that breakout into those highs. Ooh, that wouldn't be bad at all. Hold up. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all. Like I said, I want a pullback. If I can get some type of pullback before that move, yeah. Keep in mind, keep in mind. All right. So we got, let me bring up some more pairs real quick. I just want to do a quick scan. When we're using our Enigma tool, I like to use it on the 30-minute, on the 1 hour, right? And we can set our alerts to them. So we could get identified whether if that's on your mobile device, whether if that's on your app, whether if that's through email, text, desktop notification, right? So one thing you want to be able to do is have these bad boys on so you don't miss on these amazing setups like this, right? This is what's powerful about this tool, because when you have a setup, let me put this bad boy number 1 and 2, and we're already knowing that we're in a bullish environment, this allows us the opportunity now to not only get in and maximize this push, but still see the opportunity where the market could pull back, take up into that next level, right? Set those alerts, right? So EJ, this one's actually not too bad, because if we're bullish, right, we might have to do a little inspecting with this. We got these lows. I don't even need it coming down there. At this level that's supportive. Interesting. Would have to, if we can get that momentum, that actually might not be a bad setup for today. And this is what we'll be able to start to see. Right now, the market, this wick right here, took out these lows, aggressively created momentum, right? So let's just see some things real quick. I'm definitely looking to see the market create and break out of here. If we can get the pullback off of that, that would be smooth, right? And we need to see that break and easily just take the pullback. Yeah. Because right now, all of this right here, all of this is really just being a whole zone, a whole area of hesitation. I have to break out of that, and then I catch the retest. By being able to do that, we could really minimize and still have the same targets, right? That would be some setup stuff, because otherwise you're already in the trade. But keep that in mind. I like that, EJ. AJ's already taken off without us, but the same scenario, if that's going to be the move and it's going to come into these highs, we just want to pull back, right? We already see how the market's being supported there. Can we get the aggressive push one more time beforehand? If not, we got to realize that the market's already starting to break through and creating momentum to the high point. Right? Yeah, same with AUD Swiss. And this one, I like that. It's not bad at all. A lot of support, So if we can get the market into these levels, it's just a matter of now catching the pullback, take it on up. I like it. All right. So actually, just bringing up Enigma, we got some good setups now that we can keep in mind. All right, fam. So do me a favor. Today is Sunday. I want you guys to start utilizing these tools, right? Your Enigma system, your alerts. To set up your alerts, all you have to do is you grab your currency pair, you come up to Enigma, you click on the 3 dots, add the alert. You know, I just added all of those bad boys. You can keep it on the app, so you can get it on your mobile device. Bada boom, bada bing, create, and it'll be in your alert section, right? This helps you be ahead of the game, so you already know what's happening once the market makes that move. Let's see, what else? Today being Sunday, we just got to realize the month is about to end, right? The month's about to end, so there's definitely going to be some consolidation. Look at these moves, actually. Sheesh Louise. Like this move, we could see that continuation. We just got to be able to catch the right R to R. If it don't make no sense, R to R, I don't like it. But if you're noticing, it's starting to break all of this supportive area. So we might not be able to hold up all the way up here, because maybe that was the sweep right there. But as long as we can stay below, we can take it into those areas. Right? Now we're talking, right? Something like that. We can bring EA to the party. And that would have to be an AUD function. Yeah. AUD already made that nice move anyways. So not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, I like this setup on silver. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Still would be valid for the buy. Only thing we need is a better entry, right? Because you would have already been in at 22.7. So yeah, that's gonna be. Ooh, look at that AUD CAD. Yeah, set your Enigma up. Set your Enigma up. You know, a lot of people just they overcomplicate the process. But if you take these setups, like literally, look at that. These two last GU setups were great. Pullback pips confirmed both of them as well. So you already know a double confirmation. Bada boom, bada bing. Take the setup. Don't overcomplicate it. The next best thing you got to be able to work on is once you're taking these setups, how do you manage it as it goes to TP1, TP2, TP3, right? Moving your stop loss to break even. These are the next type of things we're going to continue to learn. But today was the basics of looking at the market, and everybody should be able to at least look at it and say, okay, what type of market am I dealing with, right? I want you to grab your little line, and whenever you see the market on the 30-minute and the hour, I just want you to start drawing where it's reaching to. But also look at where are the lowest points that are getting created. Because when you identify that and you're seeing the market casually going up, right, you know that you're in an uptrend. So there's just going to be a moment in time before you're going to catch your pullback, take it up. Catch your pullback, take it up. Right? That was some good stuff. That was some good stuff. All right, look at these. These all make sense. We had the market, it goes down, it pulled back. It went lower, right? You see the lightning bolt? And you can do that on the 30-minute and the hour. You got yourself a setup. Because now you know all it needs to do is pull back. Pull back where? Pull back to the area that was broken, that was all supportive, right? You see the party that was all supportive over there? Support, support, support. It broke through, gave you the setup. So now we know not only where we can get in at, stop loss, but now we know that we could take it down into some targets, right? Targets of where we already were. That's called price action, right? So you could take this market from entry, boom, into target 1, into target 2, and boom, smoothly taking it down, right? Seller opportunity. And then you have the buying opportunity, which it would have been great to catch some cleaner pullbacks on these lows, but look, you still identify that you are in a buying market. Boom, 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 boom. This is literally the first thing. Forget about everything else. Don't overcomplicate it, because now once you know where it's going, now the only thing you got to ask yourself is where's the best entry you can get in. As you can see, it's already hitting TPT2, might go straight to T3. But where's the best place that I can get in? For me, it'd have to be around here, right? And I'm still taking up into these highs. So keep that in mind. If anybody has any questions about Enigma, pullback pips, or any pairs, feel free, drop them in the comments. Everything else, we're going to move step by step. Yeah, so some of these look pretty juicy. Right? Pullbacks are going to be interesting with some of these. Yes. All right, good stuff. Those are going to be the ones for me. We'll be on later this week, so we'll evaluate some of the trade setups we took. Best believe if anybody has any questions, shoot me a message on Discord. And let's catch some pips. Let's also remember it's the holidays, man. It's the holidays. Take it easy, but start placing some trades. Have a good night, family, and take care.